from Orlando, Florida, one of the great vacation destinations in the entire land. Today, Camping World Stadium as a couple of teams square up for a chance to win the Pop-Tart Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see the number 18 team in the country, the Baylor Bears, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Kickoff team on the field, ready to start this postseason classic. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes and then stopping at the 16. So Clemson's offense will have the football first. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy making all the plays. They're all going to have to be able to step up and, David, take advantage of their own individual one-on-one opportunities when those chances come their way.
Well, and I think that's what's good about this offense, their strength in numbers. It's not just one guy that you can take away. There's several receivers that can make plays. That stresses the defense. Like, find the weakness, go after him. That guy can win. So it'll be a fun individual matchup.
They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Got it to Williams.
Quarterbacks love the short passing game early in games because it really helps them get into a rhythm. So nice job by the offensive coordinator giving his quarterback an easy throw, something he can see, and something that he knows he can complete.
Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. They'll go up top on second and short. Now he's going to break the pocket. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Leaves it with the back. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Complete out of the backfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires to the big fella. Well, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. The play action fake. Quickly out to the tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Shotgun snap on third down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throwing catch, and he's down at the 5. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that...
He's trying to get one. Ready to grab, and he'll get the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the entire field and you put 6 up on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
They get set for the point after we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates. We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well together.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Hunt is on its way. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. To the air on second down. They'll throw it to the back of the screen. Wouldn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. They kick it away on fourth down. Bills looking for the eight. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. They'll run left, throw, and pull right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to pass. It's Robertson. Gets it out fast. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They're set up downs after the completion. The gift to the tailback. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Surging forward on the sneak. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Bears look to keep this drive humming. Use the play fake. Now to throw. With the catch, it's Hawkins. They make the stop right. Pick up just a little bit of the time to get to that first down run. He'll do it himself. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Bears get this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Looking downfield on first down. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Here comes the option. Quick toss. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders. Another play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. Third and long. Back to throw. It's Robertson. And the defense picks up the sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
And the Bears will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long. And he watches it for the score. Touchdown! The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah end.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Lisa, requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And right down the middle. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the 2nd quarter. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. From the gun, running back on the move. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Just trying to drop a little forwarder in there, and it's incomplete. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Pulls and throws all throughout the yard. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the 1st down. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. Lost to throw again. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The short hand. It's Moore. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. Using his legs, it's Davidson. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to fire. On the backfield, it's Davidson. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Looking to throw on 3rd. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And that play is going to drive the offensive coordinator crazy. Remember, in college football now, there's communication between the coordinator and the quarterback with the headsets in the helmet, and you know he was reminding his QB that time, listen, you cannot take a sack here. Remember, we're in field goal range. If nobody's open, throw it away. His QB did not listen to the advice. He takes a terrible sack, and now they're out of field goal range.
Hunt is in the air. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Robertson. It's picked off. That's number 10. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got it backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's got it on the move. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. From the gun, the ground game. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. They want to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Rides the back on the option again. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Defense calls a timeout to put together a strategy. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score.
That touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
The AT unit on the field. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes with the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He's got his man in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to throw. It's Robertson. Unloads to the wideout. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. Shotgun snap. Wants to throw it on third. And that's incomplete. Defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Bears send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. The offense will quickly use the timeout.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
Just a short pass to the tight end. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Randall. Stop is made at the 35-yard line and 5-yard gain there, and it's a first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw time running short in the half. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. And it's third down. They're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points going. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And now the lead is even bigger.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Content to run out the clock. The quarterback takes a knee. That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, 2 quarters down in the Pop-Tart Bowl. A couple of teams who battled their way here into bowl season looking to bring home some hardware. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. With that said, let's send it back to Reese and the guys for the conclusion of the Pop-Tart Bowl.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it to the pin. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. And sort of an ugly first half, honestly, but the deficit's still manageable if they want to wrap up this season with a bowl.
This is a team I know that takes a lot of pride, and I'm sure at halftime in the locker room, Dave, there was some shouting going on, maybe to get themselves motivated and ready to go, because they're not out of this game.
Yeah, and when you get that shouting and you get the...
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. It's funny, if you think back to Clemson, remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
Under fire. Got it in the middle. It's Cameron. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. They punt it away on 4th down. Really good job on the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players. Most
And they did not secure the football. It bounces out of bounds. It is a touchback and a turnover.
And if you're an offensive coordinator, you're like, woo, thank you, Jesus. We got the lead. We're in a great situation. We got to continue to put pressure on the defense, run that clock in the second half with our lead. Thank goodness that thing kept rolling and went out of bounds.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Trying to pound their way in. Fighting his way for every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stops short of the goal line. Marches ahead. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Hifton is coming out on the goal line. Tries to slip forward on the sneak. Sneak scores it.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball. Man, is he ever
inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Back to throw, it's Robertson. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity where they need to answer.
And down by 17 is not panic mode, Ken. Like, I know we just gave up some points, and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Lost a throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hawkins. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Bears have it with a 1st and 10. On 2nd down. He'll keep it himself. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. With a double-digit deficit here in the 2nd half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Finds his man. It's Cameron. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Direct snap. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown for the running back. The offensive line made the holes and continue to feed this man the ball.
Up to add another. And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit ahead to put points on the board.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. And he caught that pitch in stride and was off to the races. A big gain and a 1st down for this offense. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Downfield. They finally get to him. A one-play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Tigers moving quickly to the line. Clemson has just been prolific at the receiver position. More scheme or more talent? I'd argue it's both, David.
Yeah, I argue more talent over the years, just dudes on the outside that win. And you know what? I think Clemson, as much as anybody in the country, has always featured those guys. And if you want to play one-on-one with those guys, or you want to give them a cushion like they'll throw it right now, and they've always believed in those guys out wide. And you know what? They usually come through for them.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. The Tigers pass to work. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. It's complete to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And now on second down for this offense. Thanks to Brad. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So we open the final period with a third down play. Takes it from the gun on third down. He's got him still on his feet. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. They're going to run it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the D denied them on second and goal. Running plays here, looking to the end zone. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's third and goal from the 1. They'll try to sneak it. Sneaks it in.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Off play action. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country. He's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Now third and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. The Bears racing to the line in a hurry-up. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback caught up through and sacked at the flat.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Washington. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On fourth down, going to the air.
on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
And the extra point is good, but they still trail 31-21. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well and not give back that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they want, and now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Clemson will send the punt team out. They'll look to pen him deep. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Dropping back, it's Robertson. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. Now let's see if they can pull this one out. Now on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He goes down after the short return. What a play to get the football back.
It doesn't get any better for the defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Now on the option. Now the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got a man, it's Williams. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And it's good from 58 yards out.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him. And guess what? Not only this play doesn't fit it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And the Bears have to move quickly. Looking for a man. It's Robertson. Here comes the heat. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback. And you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy in front.
This offense has it with really good field position. Pulls it in. It's Smith. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Here's the handoff. His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football. I know I'll never forget.
Won't forget it. Love working with you guys. Love being in the booth. Love covering these football games. I'll tell you what, a lot of excitement in college football surrounding the sport, man. Let's just keep loving it.
All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that double.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things that were going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
And with that, the season comes to a close for these two teams. Another bowl game is all wrapped up, and we are finished as well. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, thanking our entire crew and thanking you for being with us for another presentation of EA Sports College Football. We'll see you next season.